Achoo. Achoo. Bless me. Bless me. Woo, Jesus. Hey, what's that? Thank you. Hey, what's that TikTok song they dancing to, doing like this and stuff? What's that song? That trending song? Hey now, thank you. What's that trending song? Nah, it ain't Till. What's that trending song? You don't get work done. You don't get work done. I don't not plan on being here long. My first order of business is to apologize. Please get it for me, please, if you don't mind, Queen. My first order of business to apologize for earlier. None of that stuff is my business. I hope you having a good day as well. Hey now, Mother Man Breezy ain't none of my business. That Discord stuff, I was thinking about it while I was working out. I said, man, I owe them an apology. So I had to think about, I was over there thinking about, you know, hey, I see you. Let me tell you what I was thinking about. How I literally said, and thank you, how I literally told myself I don't get involved in the minutes. You know, I don't get it in I see you, Rob. I don't get in the ladies' business. You know what I mean? Like I get into the drama. I tattletale. It's the reason why some folks don't like me. Okay, I am a tattletale. I be telling on folks. Yeah, I tell. I'm a whole snitch. I'm a rat. I am a rat. Once again, my apologies to Muffin Man and to Breezy. I'm a rat. I be ratting on. Let me see something. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we can. Let me see if I can get into Soulja Boy stuff so I can snitch on him. Hey, what's Soulja Boy username on here? What's Soulja Boy username on here? I do have the news. Yeah, I will apologize when Go Soldier. Let's see if I can let me see something. Because if I'm a snitch on everybody. Let's see. Oh, he offline. No. Oh, that's Go. No, not that one. Soulja Boy. Is that really on my screen right now? Is that really pinned? I'm gonna need you to grab a box. DC Cowboy, I'm gonna need you to grab a box with your camo. Nah, hold on. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that. It don't matter who pinned it. I want to talk to him. Hey, bro, you look very rich.
Bu kim
You have
baba?
rich people around you. We don't have no money over here. We don't have any battling money over here.
Bunu kim
Abi
aldı
ben
Gökhan?
motora abi ben herhalde sana attım. Ya da
Now,
Tamam
yanlışlıkla
takip al
oldu herhalde.
kardeş bunu. Ben seni alıyorum tekrar gönder oldu mu?
Tamam abi,
Assalamu alaikum, salaikum salam. We don't have no money.
Kanka kaç kişi var yayınında bunun? Bir baksanıza.
Hey, you look like
Bro,
very expensive.
bro.
I know some ladies gonna come over there. That's sure.
I am from Turkey.
Okay, I understand you from Turkey, but you look like you got rich. Well, how you doing, baby? You look like you got rich. You sure can. You look like you got money. And I'm sure they'll come over there for your looks. There. Y'all go over there. Go over there and go over there. He looked like he'll get in your DMs and tell you he looked like that Netflix special. It's a shit. Look like it. Just waiting to rob you. Shit. God damn. Woo. What was I at? These folks waiting to rob. Woo. I ain't got him blocked. Hold on. I ain't got him blocked. Somebody blocked him. Somebody blocked the cowboy guy. I didn't block him. I hope y'all didn't block him. Like I said, I ain't trying to be on here all day. Let me see if he blocked. Let me see if he blocked. Because I sure don't be trying to block folks. I sure don't be trying to block folks. Because maybe, just maybe he is homeless. Maybe he is homeless. Let me look. Let me see if he blocked. He not blocked. Why they blocked though? That's 24th though. That happened on 24th. Boy, that's all he do? Shoot, boy, of all the people, boy. Shit. Listen, I'm preparing myself to drive people. And if you don't understand how stressful that can be, being in a vehicle across several states, with people's feelings and emotions and nobody respecting your feelings and emotions as the driver, you know, real selfish people. The little people is selfish. You know, you gotta, when they say they want to go to the restroom and all that stuff, just selfish people. Because if I was on the road by myself, you know, I sure would have to worry about folks. So I'm preparing myself. And then if you see this stress on my face, it's because I'm preparing myself for Friday. I'm preparing myself for the selfishness, for not me being selfish, them being selfish as I'm the driver. Not like the movie Driver or the movie Waiting to Excel. Maybe that'll help me out. Maybe that song will help me. Maybe that's what I need to hear. Maybe that's exactly what I needed to hear. Let me. What's the song? What's the movie with Whitney Houston? Bodyguard. Got it. You ain't even have to say, I need to hear the Bodyguard. I need to hear the Bodyguard. I need to hear something from the Bodyguard. I need to hear something. I need to hear something from the Bodyguard. That's what I need to hear. and don't have to worry about charging my stuff? Huh? He don't want no muffins. He don't even want no muffins. Can I use your charger? Can I use the charger with the prongs in it so I can play my Nintendo? When the hell did these trips get like this? When the hell did folks start packing extra swim trunks and shit? What? I went to go visit family in North Carolina. I ain't pack a dang thing. I had to sit on the floor of the car in that Buick LeSabre. They had me on the floor. Hold on. Here come one. And guess what he got? Hold on, I'm finna tell on you. Guess what he got?
No, I want to watch YouTube on my tablet.
This one I'm about to deal with.
I want to watch YouTube on my tablet.
This one I'm about to deal with. This one I'm about to deal with. 20-something hours. Oh, they be disrespecting the driver. They be disrespecting the driver. Driver don't get no respect. Hand up my face. Hey. Here you go. Driver don't get no respect. Oh, the grandbaby's here. Oh, driver still don't get no respect when you get there. Nothing. Hell no! Oh, H-E double hockey sticks. I'm never flying with these kids again. Oh no! You out your mind. Oh no! Oh no! I'm not flying with them again. Oh no! I'd rather drive 20-something hours than fly with them again, having to babysit so folks don't look at me about my child doing something or having something to say while they sleeping. You out your mind. Have folks looking at me while they running around the airport. You gotta be out your mind. I ain't got time for folks' thoughts about my children. No. I ain't got time to see you looking at me talking you know your baby running around. You know this a plane. Why your baby asking for juices? No. One time is all it took. One time to get them looks from you. And I know the same way you can see it on my face, I can see it on your face. I can see you looking at the child like, what? Who is this?
How are you, brother? One butter, please. One butter, please. One butter. One Maro, please. Please, brother. I'm from Syria.
Ain't a please in the world. Ain't a please in the world.
I need gift. I need help, please. I'm from Syria. One butter.
What you want?
One butter.
Ain't a
Please.
please in the world.
One
I said
butter.
no. You don't understand no? I said no.
I'm from Syria. I'm from Syria.
Okay, and half of me is from Africa and half of me is from America. It don't matter.
I need gift. Please. I need
I
help.
don't need a gift. You gotta go to somebody
One
else.
bottle.
This
One bottle, please.
Don't be coming on. Come on. Come on to your cousin. You
Please,
come on,
one bottle.
you come on to your wife.
Please,
You
one
come on
bottle.
to your girlfriend. You don't
I
come
need
on.
help.
Man.
I need gifting from Syria. Camp P.AME.C.
Okay, you from Syria. Hell, there's hoods around here. It's projects around here.
gift.
It's trailer parks around here.
Please.
You want to talk about Syria? There's some kids around here don't even eat each day. Then you want to talk about you getting free meals. You got the humanitarian crisis coming over there. Like we don't watch the news. This is a damn news channel. I got to watch all the news. Got me 24
I need help. I need gift.
I can't even tell you I'm broke.
I need to tell you please.
Everybody
One
over
bottle.
here struggling. Everybody over here need a gift. You can't be coming over here talking to let battle. You done found the right one today. Hello?
You're from Syria.
Okay. What
Hello.
are you doing me?
We're from Syria. I need gift. I need help. Please, one bottle.
Nah, bro.
Please, I love you too.
Nah. Nah, bro. Y'all
One
go over there
bottle.
to this chat. He said he needs some gifts. And whoever got some money, go over there. But I ain't got no money.
I need gift,
I ain't
please.
finna entice these folks with no battle or nothing. It's the first of the month coming up. Some of these folks about to get paid and got stuff to do with their children.
Please, you're from Syria, please.
You gonna count me today. I'm on a whole nother level today. My head hurt.
Listen, bottle,
Oh, my
please.
head
Listen,
hurt.
bottle.
Oh, you hurt my head.
Please, I love
You
you
hurt
too.
my head. I'm
Listen,
already
bottle,
going
please.
bald, and you got a whole
I
layer of
need
hair.
gift. I need
I'm
help,
going
please.
bald. You
You're
got
from
hair.
Syria.
Tell me something. You want a gift.
Please.
You got hair. You got hair. I'm
Please.
losing my hair.
You're from Syria, please.
Oh, what they got to do with me? Bro,
Please.
you
I'm from
is
Syria.
clean. Bro, you clean. You got a whole
Please.
clean shirt on. You talking some
I'm
please?
from Syria, please.
Bro,
I need gift. I need help.
whole damn
You're
bed
from
going
Syria,
on.
please.
Hell
One butter, please.
no.
One butter. Listen, butter.
No.
Yeah, listen.
No. No. Leave me alone. Stop it. I ain't even did the news yet. Your ass is up late over there, still trying to get some money. I ain't even ran the news yet, and you over here trying to make you a bag. Bro, just leave. Assalamu alaikum, salaikum, salam. No. Ain't no way you on here crying for no gifts. Ain't no way you on here crying for a battle. This gotta be, this shit is out of control, bro. This is out of control. You ain't no dang way. Ain't no, see, I done got no sympathy in my heart. I ain't got a bit. I ain't got none. You came for entertainment. You being entertained today. Your ass is at work right now, slapping your knee, looking at this man up here, trying to get these buckaroos. I don't know nowhere on TikTok.
I'm from Syria, please. I need gift. I need help, please.
Where you go on TikTok and you get a person entertaining you like this, got your ass laughing. Man, I don't want a battle.
Please. I need gift. I need help, please.
I don't want. Oh God! And then you're entertaining these folks. These folks at work, they boss over here wondering why they laughing so hard, why they typing on the computer. What in the world? Lord Jesus. Lord help me. Jesus help me. No, ain't no calming down. Ain't no damn calming down. Tell us to calm down, Petty. Take a breather. Hell, as much shit, you don't know the shit. The amount of need a damn report.
Pastor, I can't with you, but Pastor, I just want to say this. Did you see the video with the mother with the little boy that terrorized the whole bus station? That shit was funny as hell.
Did
you see the mom? Oh, it was last week. Mother, single. I don't know if she was single or not, but this little boy terrorized every freaking rider on that bus station. He was sitting on the luggage, and the mother wasn't concerned about how bad the little boy was. You know what she was saying? Are you videotaping me? That little boy terrorized that whole damn bus station.
Oh no. There was an airport. There was an airport.
They weren't at no airport. They was at the bus station. She was at Greyhound. That little boy tore up that whole Greyhound station. Them motherfuckers said, who the hell left the gate open? They said like the gates of Hades was open that day because that little boy tore that. He had to be about 3 or 4, I swear. I can't make this shit up.
See, I won't be
That little
doing
boy,
no.
he told me he was getting on people's luggage. Listen, he was going in people's purses. This shit is funny. You gotta go see it.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
go
I
look
won't.
at it.
I won't.
I was so embarrassed. I said I'd have told I'd have took him in that bathroom and said, don't you ever
People's
take
luggage.
him in that bathroom.
He was inside. He was outside. He was riding the people's luggage down the ramp outside.
That was one of
No.
the days that you said, damn it, I shouldn't have this morning.
The mama was standing there with her
had
arms
Leroy.
folded
You know
like
when you
somebody
lay down-
take him with you.
You know, wait a minute. You know when you lay down with Leroy, your ass know that you're gonna get some Leroy epidemics. That little boy, he turned that bus station up. Them people was like, shit, how much do it cost for us to get off the fair with our ass? He said, you got change, you got spare change. That ain't, I don't want no change, I want $5.
Somebody
When
send
he-
the video.
People were trying to ignore him, and he was poking them on the side of the face.
Somebody send the video. Somebody send the video.
Yeah.
Somebody
Look
send
at the
it.
video, Pastor. I ain't never, he had to be about 4, 5 years old. That little boy had no restraint. He was like, I ain't sleeping on you motherfuckers. Y'all sleeping on me.
Lord
Baby kid.
Jesus.
That little boy was like, I am straight up baby kid. That little, and y'all the mama can say, are you videotaping me? Motherfucker, we see what your son is doing. We terrorized. We scared. He
Hold up, I
taking
think I
wallets.
seen the video. I think I seen the video. You're breaking me back to cooler waters. I appreciate it.
Y'all,
I
I'm gonna crap
appreciate it.
down, y'all. That shit was so funny. I said, that's a Nana's appointment that says that, girl, if you don't, she couldn't even take him, she couldn't even get restraint on him, Pastor. She couldn't, it was like everybody was scared, and even she was. She was getting on the strangers and not saying nothing to the little boy. That was wild. Go look at the video, y'all. I'm gonna drop back down, but that was funny. I just came up to tell y'all that so y'all can get a little laugh. That shit was wild. That was wild. He said, I ain't scared. I ain't motherfucking scared. Give me all your money and all your damn luggage. I'm baby kid. Love you, Pastor.
Nah, I just something came through my thinking IG.
Go look at it. I'll see. I'm going back in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They done hit me with the damn. Welcome. Shit. They want me to tell the truth, the whole truth, but nothing but the truth. But help me, God. Fuck, man. Like, why y'all? Bro, you know when you give me information, like, you know you gonna get it out there. I mean, I get it. Now I ain't even no nightmare about the road trip. It's the information that I gotta put out. Like, yo, Supreme Court post to allow emergency abortions in Idaho. Supreme Court social media post decision is a win for Biden. Recap of Trump and Biden 2020 debates. George defeats, well, I don't fucking know, man. Like, Social Security 2025 cost of living adjustment. Broncos cutting Russell Wilson looks better by the day. Man, I don't give a fuck. Treasury Secretary Jane Yellen gives unbelievable response when asked if she goes grocery shopping, and fuck, she rich. She don't really gotta go fucking grocery shopping. She got money, bro. FBI issues national financial warning. Let's see what it is. You probably need to know this. Golly. I know. We'll get to that. Love, blah, blah, blah. This is a warning to type of financial crime. That's links to Mets. All right, the FBI has issued a warning of a particular kind of financial crime, a scam, linked to the Mexican cartel. The agency said there has been a rise in scams targeting timeshare owners. All right, fuck it. All right, let me break this down, basically. 6,000 victims have reported over 300 million in losses. Basically, look, you folks with a timeshare, and I don't believe in getting a timeshare. I believe in buying property. I know, Gloria. Let me get there. God dang, I know I have to report on that. I know I have to report on that. I know if I don't say anything, I'm going to catch flight. I'm going to catch flack. Lord Jesus, I know. I know. I will report on it. Anyway, if you got a timeshare, you made a wrong decision in the first place, paying all that money to share property with somebody or a group of people. Don't get caught up in the cruise. Don't get if you go on a cruise or somewhere, don't get caught up in going to something that they consider, they say free if you sign up and you get a free meal. Go there for the free meal and drinks, but do not sign up for a timeshare. Lord Jesus, buy property, buy your land. The USDA has a program where if you live outside of a city, 30 minutes to an hour, you could commute to work. I know, Miss Carmen, I know, I just got a report. The USDA has a program that if you live outside of the city, any city, the U.S. government will fund your loan on a rural property. Please go look it up and buy you some property. Golly. 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 Julian Assange pled guilty, but he brokered a deal on a secret American island in a Syed court. If you don't know, we have a secret court on an island. If you're just finding this out, it was a surprise to me as well yesterday. There's a secret court that we have. I didn't know about that island. Was unaware about the secret court on the island. First time hearing about it was yesterday, and I'm pretty aware of all things secret. And I was not aware that we have a secret court on the island. A United States court. Lord Jesus. No. Oh my God. Oh God.
Hey, did you hear how the Federal Reserve was hacked?
Yes.
My bad. I was just going to
Yes.
say that. I didn't know. Okay, bye. You look stressed.
No, it wasn't even you that the scream. It's the baby blue and knowing that T.
Oh, Lord. Hey,
Yes.
Spicy, we love you. We're hoping you're doing well. Okay. All right, I'm going to get down and go back in the chat and watch what y'all are doing.
Oh my God. How do I know so many people drama? Because y'all send me the shit. Because y'all know I'm going to put it out. I know he did good, but there's some other stuff about somebody that is currently going through withdrawals and trying to get themselves better. Where should I start? Fuck it, let me start here. Yeah, him. Let me start here. Let me start with the hard one. Because it's pretty tough for me. All right. Maybe you follow her. Maybe you follow. No. I have a train wreck and a half already going on. I don't need no more today. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good today. Man, hold on, y'all. Hello. That worked. That worked out well. This lady in 2023, she's on TikTok. Let me let you reclaim your time, because I want to claim your time and claim your time.
Hey, y'all. I'm doing well. I'm in a lot of pain still. It sucks, but I'm doing well. I've been
in everybody's boxes, it seems today. By the way, this is not me in the box beside me, so don't get it confused.
No, that is not you. It's
I'm
not
just,
you.
blonde, the blonde, that's not me. Forget
No,
it.
it's
So,
not you.
I mean, I have blonde hair with a little bit of, stuff in there, but no, that's not me. But, Pastor, all you gotta do is pull up the court papers I sent you. You write in every single thing you say. I promise.
Well, I got her court papers, so shit.
Well, you can serve them to her. I will make more fraudulent court papers if you need me to.
With your free time when you feeling better.
Well, you tell me, look, hey, baby, I ain't got nothing but free time. Look, my husband's laying over here. I'm in my bed. We just thriving over here on this drama. We love it.
Give me. I want some court papers that say everybody indicted for
Everybody indicted.
everybody indicted for taking
So,
advantage of 499
so you want me to put everybody indicted on a
for the free 99.
$3.99. Okay, I
For the
got
free
you. I can do
99.
that.
Lord,
I,
yeah, I'm gonna indict everybody that's up in here. Everybody going to court.
all
Take
right.
them out.
So you want me to do like a subpoena to everybody?
Yes, please.
Gotcha. I will list everybody, and it's gonna be just like that. Everybody
Thank
against
you.
Petty. I'm gonna do
Yes,
that. It's
yes.
good. My husband's up here. Everybody.
Everybody, yeah. Everybody that's up in here, please send it so I can go ahead and indict everybody.
I got you. I got you. And just so y'all, I don't know if you showed them, but they are legit court papers, y'all. They are legit. So
You sent an
listen.
email?
No.
No, somebody in the chat sent it.
Listen. It says final order on them bitches. So it's a final order in petty court. That's it. But they run everywhere. Everywhere we run the streets, there's court papers right there. So we got this. Everyone is wrong. Everybody. I'm muted.
No, I'm muted.
I'm
Oh, I just see people saying I'm muted. So, but anyways, that's all I got to say. But yeah.
Those papers are on multiple locations. You can find them on multiple platforms or websites, I should say.
What, the ones that I created?
Oh, I don't know. No, not the ones you created.
Oh,
the ones the court created.
Because I actually downloaded court papers and I edited them. I'm just saying. They might have been mine. They might have been my ex-husband's. I don't know. But I edited them motherfuckers. So.
No, not those ones.
I've never lost a court case I've been in. Just saying. So. I'm your go-to for that. What was you saying? I think you're talking about.
Let me put out this info these folks don't even know. Let me have it. I gotta put this out because they so confused. This creator all right, I'm gonna let the papers speak for themselves. Who is? Who is this?
Hi, Petty. How are you?
Oh.
Yes. I had to stop so that I could speak to you really quickly because I had to get back to work earlier. So I wanted to make an apology to you for the flag thing. It was not meant in the context it was said. I was angry at somebody else and I took it out on you and I apologize. It was not meant that way. What it was meant was it had the person that we're talking about. We all know she and I have already made amends. We've already talked. It's all good. I was pissed off at her. When you brought the flag out, it wasn't meant in a disrespectful way. I was trying to say that has nothing to do with what happened with me and the other person.
I
And
see.
yes, I apologize. It came out wrong. I was angry. And as for the pictures, somebody sent that to me, and before I went and looked at them to make sure who it was, I posted it because I was mad. Okay? So I apologize for both of it. I apologize for the flag thing. I apologize for the pictures.
I accept your apology. I have a question though.
Yes.
Do you remember what happened in Germany way back in the day with the war that happened?
Yes, I do.
Would you agree that would you say not agree? Would you say it's okay for someone to say even though they lost that war that that's their heritage?
What do you mean their heritage?
The swastika thing, you know the
Oh, the flag behind me?
no.
Oh, I don't have nothing to do with the swastika thing.
I know I
Yeah.
wanted to I'm
No,
just trying to
I don't agree with the swastika thing, but other
against
people might.
what they did to the Jews and all that stuff.
No, I don't
Yeah.
agree with that. No.
Okay. Can you explain if you don't agree with that how the Confederate flag is your heritage then? If you don't agree with that?
I said it's a part of our history. It's
In the
part of our
report,
history. Yeah, but I that day I was mad and I said a lot of things, okay? And I do apologize. I don't Blue Ghost, it's all right, you can whatever. Um I I don't believe that I don't believe in racism. I don't believe in any of that. Yes, I was wrong for what I said. It's a shameful part of your history. But if you look back, it's not out there for everybody to see. I have it in the back there just because somebody gave it to me and I have it in my truck. I don't go flashing it around and you know,
but why, if you believe that the losers shouldn't be celebrated, because you say you don't agree that what
I
happened in
don't
Germany
I
with the
don't agree with
Jews,
that. No, but I'm not celebrating. People talk about the Confederate flag as being part of um the slaves and stuff, okay? So my uncle did a I'm not defending racism. I'm not defending anybody, but what I'm saying is my uncle went back into our heritage and looked at our lineage or whatever. There were slaves in our family because we're Indian. We had to come over here from Canada and change our names because we weren't allowed because our last name was Santa. We changed it to Saint Ange when we come over.
do you know that people of African descent actually went to Canada and founded hockey?
Found what?
They started hockey. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
They're
that.
they're the ones who started hockey. They moved from America to Canada, and they're the ones who started hockey. It was. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Because they wanted to escape um, from harsh conditions that oppressors were putting on them.
Right.
Um, when you say you moved from Canada and you found lineage, or someone found lineage, it's unfair to do that because it's not an actual report of your own.
Right, but I've seen the report. My uncle, it's our family tree and where we came from. I didn't come here to like fight with anybody or anything like that. I came here to apologize because what I said was wrong and and the way I acted that day was wrong, and that's why I came here to apologize. I didn't come here to argue with anybody or we all have our own beliefs and stories to tell about our past. No, I'm in a big truck. That's what I'm in.
But
Um,
can I just interject?
Go ahead.
A belief is fine, but educating ourselves is always more prominent than belief. It's like I can believe that pigs fly,
Okay.
but if I don't educate myself and go see that they don't fly, then it's important to go educate ourselves on, because I have a recording of you hanging out with a group of people and y'all are talking about the Confederate flag and stuff. And it's
Yep.
unfair to not educate yourself on what happened to a group of people who some of them were also natives and enslaved. Natives were enslaving people, wars that happened over this. And then when, for economic reasons, one decided that we're going to stop this, but there was still slavery going on until 1917 was the last free person. They found them in Texas, not not June 19, but actually 1917 or 1917. There's also a case of 1946 as well. After all this was done, there was people still having people as slaves.
Right.
So it's just important to educate ourselves on people that oppress people, not oppressing people, because it goes into all walks of life, including people that are LGBTQ and people who are from different backgrounds and ethnicities, their oppression that they feel as well, versus holding tight to a belief that could be harmful to many people and just growing like, hey, I went and read this and I can see where we shouldn't be upholding the loser's flag, because you did say that you agree that it's not, that people that uphold that war's flag, what happened to the Jew, is not right, right?
Right. I do agree with that.
So the same way that you agree that we shouldn't hold that up, that's the same way that people don't want to hold up the Confederate flag. If we're all united and we're going to be American, we should all rock the flag that's behind you.
Right. And I don't go in rock. I don't go in like put my flag out there for everybody. It's hanging in there. And yep, from now on, when I go on, if people feel that it shouldn't be there, I'll take it down. That's not a problem. I'm not here to make anybody think that worst of me. And say somebody truth teller wanted to ask me a question, but
I'm gonna let her. I
yeah.
just have one more
But
question.
no, I just came to apologize because if
I
she's
accept
gonna
your
get
apology.
if she's gonna get up here and get angry with me, I don't want to hear it because I have already talked to Mallory. Mallory and I have had a discussion last night, and I just want to get my life back where I can go live without people coming in and saying whatever. If people would like me to take it down, yes, I'll take it. I can't do it right this second because it's bungeed up there, but if that's what makes everybody feel better, well, I can do that.
I just want you to educate yourself. I just wanted to. Do you
Yes.
consider me? Do you consider me African American?
How am I willfully ignorant?
Uh,
I'm here to apologize. I
don't
mean,
worry.
yeah.
Don't worry about the chat. Do you consider me African American?
Me? No, I'm not African American. No.
No. Do you consider me
Oh,
African American?
yes, I do.
Okay. So do you know in America is the only place that I'm considered African American, but when I go outside this country, they just call me an American.
I think that was just gonna say that you are an American. You're just like all of us here, but
Yeah.
your heritage and your background, that's what you are. But
But
to me, you're a normal person. You're just a normal
I'm just
person like the rest of us,
but I'm just an American. Not it shouldn't be broken down into
right?
because those traits are also something that was brought on by a culture by labeling people white and black, which I don't consider you white because you don't look this color to me.
Right.
You have a pigmentation and some melanin in your body. You can tan as well, and those things are things that help separate us and divide us even more. Versus
Right.
once again, the flag that's behind you, we could all just be united and
Right.
respect each other.
And I agree with you. And everybody that's in here that's saying all the hateful stuff, it's all right. Say what you want. I've apologized and
Saying all.
whoop,
Hello. Okay, are you familiar with Juneteenth?
no.
Are you familiar? Okay, so Juneteenth, June 19th, it represents when General Granger walked into Galveston, Texas with thousands of troops, and it enforced the Emancipation Proclamation that had been written in January 1st of 1863 because it did not free the slaves in the Confederate States. So the flag that you have behind you when you're coming to apologize to a black man, you're also the one who posted flag to claim that it was petty that day.
You broke
Wasn't
up. I really honest. You broke up. I didn't hear part of what you said, so could you please repeat it?
Aren't you the one that came into Petty's live that day and showed a picture of a black man
And
in drag?
and I just
And
apologize for that. I apologize for that.
okay,
So it was sent
and
to me,
I
and
asked you, are
before
you?
wait, before I went and looked at who it really was, I posted it because I was angry at somebody else, and that was wrong. I should have done my research like the other person should have done her research on me. And yes, I was wrong, and I apologized for that. I apologize for that and the flag.
Do you think it may have been a little bit more appropriate to remove the Confederate flag before coming over here and apologizing? Because I was telling you, June 19th celebrates the freedom of the Emancipation Proclamation. It celebrates the freedom of the slaves from the Confederate States. Confederate States.
I
Confederate
just want to
flag.
throw a correction in there. There were black people enslaved in the U.S. until 1963. Sorry.
Well,
Until
I'm
the
talking about
63,
Juneteenth.
1964. Were you done, Truth Teller? Because I have a
Go
couple
ahead,
questions,
baby.
and I want to see her beautiful face one more time because she was on camera, but she camped down. Are you back on camera? All right. So here's the thing. Can you tell I'm a melanated woman? That's what America says, right? My father is Pakistan, Dutch, and English. Now, when I see you with that flag and everything that I've saw, it scares me that someone my age or in my age group is thinking like this, that they are influencing someone other than thyself. Now, it is cute and pretty that you are apologizing, right? It's almost like my grandchildren or my children when they got their hands stuck in the cookie jar. They apologize because you could almost get, and God forbid that this happens, because I believe that, you are a female, right? Like myself. And it's already hard for you, right? It's already hard because you are a minority, because you are a female. What makes it worse for me is that I'm a minority as a female, but I'm a black woman. But I'm not considered, and I will not label myself as an African American because my descendants don't come from Africa. They come from Ethiopia and they come from Israel. But White Tea America, White Tea Embassy, is a hate group that spits hate and unaliving. Let's just go back to the 60s, right? Because I was born in 1966. I saw 2 water faucets. I didn't ever want my grandchildren or my children to see that. And to see you have those flags banner behind you and watch how you said the most cruelest things, I was appalled. I was shocked. I was saddened that someone that looks like me knows what America does to women, children, that you're spitting this kind of hatred in these last days and this time. And then to come with this, I'm not going to say it's fake. I'm not going to say that it's disheartening, but I think that there should be some kind of study, literature, and unpacking that needs to happen. And then I could believe what you're saying. Because at the end of the day, you are still a female, and men are never going to respect you. You're going to fight for everything what you got to fight for. You're still going to be disrespected and dismissed as a female. Like myself, I just get it double whammy because I'm a melanated woman, right? So for me to hear that you carry children with the chromosome to birth male children and females and have that kind of thought process, which don't recognize hatred, it is like silently saying the work is not finished. It is not finished. America has never been great to me or to Pastor Petty or anybody. We've always had to do double. I've always had to do more than what you had to do.
Right.
Just to be in existence as an American citizen. Did you see how I never said that I was Afro-American? That was something that Whoopi and Ebonics came up with. And I never, ever liked that. As an American citizen, I am dismantled, disrespected, disregarded. And people always say, are you okay? Pastor Petty, are you okay? How is your mental health? There's nothing wrong with our mental health. What we recognize is racism. At a high time in America, in 2024, we're still talking about this. We still got people that are in Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, Georgia. There are still sundown towns. There are still cities that have people that think like you. That Confederate flag, me being Montgomery, Alabama, born and bred, I seen the Klansmen. I watched them march as a little girl. I watched somebody called Ruby, who is still around my age. I'm 56. She is like in 60s. People say, get over it, get over it. Well, what do you say to Ruby, who was spit on? What do you say to Ruby that was
Everybody, I
told that
am
she couldn't go
listening,
to
just so
school?
you
Please
know.
let me finish. Please. That's fine. That's fine if you're not. Because
I am
to
listening.
heart, I just believe. To heart, I'm not questioning if you don't or not. I'm speaking to your spirit. I'm speaking to your
Right.
spirit that I hope that when you go to sleep tonight, that there is someone that looks like me or Pastor Petty that saves your life, that saves your children, and you don't, for the first time in your life, look at the monstrous things that you've spoken and done, but to just come and apologize and not do the work. To unpack is work. You got to do the work. You have to do the work of unpacking racism. To say that I'm entitled, to say that I'm privileged, to say
Can
that
I
I
ask you a
have
question? I
dehumanized
just I
people.
just have to stop you. Are you preaching at me? Seriously? I came in to
No, I'm
apologize for
educating
my
you.
words. I don't.
Exactly. Now, see,
But
I
the
deal
thing is
with,
I
I'm
don't
an
have all
activist in real
day.
life.
I don't
I,
have
I
all
understand,
day.
and I'm going to land my plane because I can see how you're upset, and I've
No,
triggered
I'm
you
not upset. I'm
because
just.
the first thing that you said, yes, ma'am, and that's okay because you're not there yet. That's why we know what the truth is. You see how you got upset? I talked to you calm. But if I got like ghetto bougie with you, you'd say that that's an angry black woman. I'm not angry with you. I'm hurting that you're around my age and you acting like this. Like when I do wrong,
I came
seriously,
to
my children
apologize,
can
not listen
correct
to
me.
what everybody else
My
has to say to me.
children have told me sometimes an apology is just not enough, mama. It's your
Well, I
actions.
have been working on it. I
Now,
have
what you
been.
gonna do?
I.
Did
I
you hear? And are you reading a book
to
inherently?
the real BJ.
Are you unpacking?
Am I what?
Are you unpacking? Are you unpacking?
Am I unpacking what?
Unpacking means the things that
Unpacking what?
what you've been taught, because what you've been taught is different from when I see a Confederate flag. I don't go to sundown towns. I know that I would never town to me is who the governor is. I'm from Alabama,
Right, and I
the most
told
racist, one of the most
everybody
biggest
when I
racist.
get up here tonight, I will take the flag down, and I don't have time to do it right this second.
Taking it.
And I'll
Okay. So
research whatever. Send me whatever research you think I need. I have to get back to work.
it's
Send me
called
whatever research.
it's dealing with it's you see how you have the answer. You see, I can't tell you anything. This melanated woman can't teach you. She can't share anything with you. I can't educate you because I'm a melanated woman. Now somebody else can come and say something to you and you're calmly. You see how you're contention with me and I'm not contention with you? That tells me that you have not unpacked, my girl. That's what that tells me.
I don't understand what you mean about
And that you still
unpacking.
got a lot
So
of learning to do. Hatred,
I know I
unpacking
have a we
hatred,
all you
bitterness,
have a lot of learning.
hatred,
We all have a lot of
hatred.
learning. I have to
Absolutely
go
not.
back to work.
Are you
Have a good
serious?
day, Pastor
25 years.
Petty.
Okay.
I have to go to work. I
Yep.
don't have
It
time
was
to
fake.
listen to you
My
preach
husband,
to me.
I'm going to make you really mad. I have a white tea husband, 25 years. How about
All
that?
right.
Brown.
That's
He
cool.
got blonde, blue eyes, and he loves
That's
me. No,
cool.
it's not. That
I'm
makes you
happy for
angry.
you.
No, it's not.
I
It's
don't
not
care.
cool. You don't like that because you believe in a pure race. You believe in one race only. That's what you believe.
She left, but she doesn't understand when you apologize because of the repercussions of your
Come on now.
actions, It's pointless.
That's right.
And for her to say she'll take that flag down if it makes someone feel better, no, baby girl, you leave your flag up because I like to
No.
know.
Come on. I like to know that you are. Listen, come on here, somebody.
So you
I
leave your
wanna
flag
know.
up there. That's fine.
That right
Leave it
there
up there.
is racism at its best. That wasn't an apology. That was because she was caught. And I'm gonna tell you something. For every minion that was non-melanated that called her out on that, God is going to recognize your lineage. You shall be blessed. Continue to uncover, because me and Patty and this sister up here, we can't do it. We're not the ones that gonna stop racism. It's Mallory's. It's truth. It's people that don't look like us that can fight this fight. That says, hey, that is ugly.
Yep.
That right there, what you're doing is demonic and evil. And that's what it's going to take. And whoever those minions was that uncovered that foolishness, thank you. We thank you for that.
People don't understand how it may not be that way for Carmen. It is for me. For me to watch a live from the window, to read the room before I go in, that's sad.
Look at that, Carmen Jones, please. Listen, my husband, let me tell you something. I tokenize my husband. I don't care what none of y'all say. I tokenize his white tail. You hear me? His white self, his white good with nothing money. You hear me? I've got blessed. Do you hear me? I tokenize his white. Honey, can you come and get these bigots and these racists? Can you please come and get these folks? Please, honey. He shuts it down. That is what we need today in America. America is not great for us. When we're talking about things like this, people get uncomfortable. I like making my in-laws feel uncomfortable. 25 years ago, everybody had to unpack. Everybody had to read white fertility. That means that you got to unpack some things. You got to admit that you got entitlements that Carmen don't have. My mother-in-law said it to me. She said, daughter-in-law, do you know that in the 60s and the 70s and 2000, you wouldn't have been able to use the same bathroom with me? That triggered me. That blew my mind to hear this beautiful, soft-spoken woman speak to say that to me, who is now the love of my life. But she had to acknowledge some things. She thought going to Africa was you know what I told her? I said, y'all said that is what your problem is. Y'all think going across the third world countries and feeding folks is your deliverance. No, it's not. Stay here in America and feed Americans first.
Yep. There are still sundown towns in America.
Folks don't want to deal with the truth. I get mad. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm passionate about it. I'm a person of a BIPOC community. I'm a female. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all really don't know. Pastor Petty is a very educated man. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying, right? This man, if he told y'all everything he had to go through, come on, why we gotta teach our sons to keep their hands counterclockwise on the steering wheel? Why we gotta teach our sons to do things that you don't teach your child?
Why you said
son was always bullied and harassed by police.
My son is 23 years old.
Put on a res.
My son's 23. I live in one of those sundown towns. And for me to have to sit here and cry at night and worry, because he hadn't done anything wrong, but if he's at the wrong place at the wrong time, my baby's not coming back, and I know that.
If mine shows up in a bar, guess what? Mine's going down and nobody's looking.
Exactly.
And it's because he's res boy.
I just want to say.
And just for the history, guess what? We were slaves to you also. We were not just slaves to the white. We were lower than you. And if you look in the history, you know.
What you talking about?
I'm confused.
I'm talking indigenous. See? You can't even figure it out.
I mentioned the indigenous. Are you saying you're a native? I mentioned the Red War.
Oh.
Do you know about the
Oh,
rare? Do you know about the
you're
rare war that happened
hitting
in
me
Florida?
with you're
Miss
hitting me
Elizabeth,
with native.
Miss Elizabeth, do you know about the rare war that happened in Florida on the line?
Oh, I know about all of the history of the
What
native.
happened? What happened
We
during the
were
rare war?
taught, even though white
Miss
and
Elizabeth, this how I'm
everybody
gonna see.
else
Miss
wanted
Elizabeth,
us
hold on. Miss
not
Elizabeth, Miss
to know
Elizabeth,
our
hold
own
on. Hold
history.
on, Miss Elizabeth. Let me see if you really know. What happened during the Red War during the 13 colonies era? What happened? And where was the war
We
located?
helped teach the white how to
Excuse me,
fight.
Miss Elizabeth, I asked you a question that's either going to get you, let you continue, or let you go to the comments. Where was the Red War located, and what happened in the Red War?
It was located down in Florida
What happened during the
and the
Red War?
colonies. And yes, we fought.
Who was fighting with who? Who was fighting with who? Who was fighting together during the Red War?
You know, you want to put
I'm confused on why we're
Buzzed out.
comparing
You buzzed
generational
out.
trauma
You got
right now.
buzzed out. I'm going
Generational
on mute.
trauma, like
You're
we're not
buzzed out.
Oh, that was invalidating. I just wanted to come up here. Billy Joe and I spoke last night. Listening today, listening to Carmen and how she spoke and just everything. It's not just an apology. And that all I keep hearing is across this app, well, you can't just make an apology. You have to prove you can change your actions. Look at the people you're sitting with. Look at how you're behaving when you're busy. Instead of saying, I don't have time for you to preach, she's trying to educate. She's trying to help you understand. She's trying to give you a space where you can learn in a healthy manner from people who have experienced that generational trauma. And to come up here and just basically say that you don't care what she has to say only further emphasizes the belief that's behind that flag. And when a Black person sits here and tells you why that's offensive, it's just not okay. Well, it's my heritage. No, like we have to listen. We have to start listening. And for anyone who sits there and says like people weaponize, like I'm so tired of hearing that I weaponize race. I don't. I am so tired of people using race to try to just bring other people down when we want to do better. We need to do better. It's disgusting that it even exists. And we don't get to sit here and dictate somebody's generational trauma. And we've got to learn, like, don't sit with somebody who's okay using the N-word. That alone, like sitting with Megan over there in boxes and talking, like do better by changing the people you're around, do better. Like, and oh, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I just have a lot of thoughts and feelings on this, but just consider who's talking and
take your time. Mallory, take your time.
Don't listen to listen to learn, and open your heart to just understanding that yes, you might have a heritage. Nobody's bashing your heritage. They're telling you that a part of your heritage is inherently negative and racist, and we need to understand that because we are never going to do better if we can't change that mindset, if we can't change that way of thinking, if we can't acknowledge that shit happened in the past that should have never happened, and we can't glorify that and not listen when people are telling us how that makes them feel.
And also the flag, people, they know what
it's
history.
not even the flag. It's not even the flag it's not even the Confederate flag. That's not the flag that they fought under. So when you're saying that it's heritage, the heritage you're choosing to latch onto is the heritage of racism. You're choosing, I mean, the whole part, like the entire thing is racist, right? But you're choosing the part that is saying we want to continue segregation. You're choosing the part that is not my family fought and passed away defending what they believed is right. It's the after your family lost, because they lost. Thank God they lost. Sorry, thank God. Not everybody's family, like, yeah, whatever. Your family lost. Okay? After they lost, they continue to try to pursue hatred and continue to put people down. And it's still going on today. The part that gets me, and every time we have these talks, We always forget that there are currently sundown towns in America. I cannot drive through. I'm sorry, I do. I get so mad. I get frustrated because one of the things that did frustrate me is I appreciate Mallory coming up.
That's passion. That's passion. They need to hear that. If you notice, me and Pastor Petty is quiet because you know who's doing it? It's Ashley.
Hey, can I
It's
ask a
Mallory.
question?
And I appreciate Mallory coming up here.
But can you wait a second? Can you wait a second and let them finish, please? It's them. It's you guys who are doing it for us.
I hate that we need somebody like Mallory, like, you know, a non-person of color to come up for our point to be heard. That's the part that bothers me.
Yes.
And a lot of the times that we have these conversations, that a lot of the times somebody will come up and say the exact same thing that Carmen said. We all have to repeat it multiple times, and then one non-person of color comes up and says the exact same thing with the same amount of passion, and they're not portrayed as, oh, you're angry, oh, you're yelling, and we can receive that message because it was from someone that looks like me. That is something that also you need to recognize, like, not you as in whoever needs to hear this message.
Hey, really quick, I just came up because I'm the first person to make jokes about Carmen landing her plane, and I adore her, but and I make jokes about it. But if you're making comments about, let me know when the next news story comes on, I'm sorry, but your racism is showing. Let her talk, let her explain, because a lot of you need to understand these things. You're going around in comments and saying things that you don't need to be saying. You make jokes about how you're discriminated against because of your weight, instead, like, more than what people are because of the color of their skin. Like, y'all need to sit down and actually listen. Even if Carmen didn't land her plane, this is this is a situation where you need to not be making those comments about, I'll come back when when the story changes. Like, let her talk, listen, let her be heard. This is stuff that you guys need to hear. We need to hear it every single day. Even if you've unpacked, listen to it again, figure out another way to explain it to people who haven't unpacked, etc. Like, shut up and listen. If you don't want to be here for that news story and for her to listen about a lived experience that you likely know nothing about, don't be here. Just don't be here. Like, this is where she could be long-winded, and it's okay. I don't care if she doesn't land her plane. This is information we all need to hear because it's a lived experience that we will never experience.
That's the funny thing to me is literally Pastor has said that it's awareness. His platform is truth. So this is truth. It's a truth that no one wants to hear, but it's the truth.
Can
So
I just say this?
if you want to be here for the mess, then be here for the mess, but don't try to say, "Oh, well, I'll be back." Like, y'all blow me,
When
honestly.
people say that flag is history, yeah, it is. But I live in that flag daily. My neighbor, 3 houses up, my grandbabies know that they can only go 2 houses up. And I don't know my neighbor, but he flies that flag. And when they get in hearing distance of him and he can see them just walking up the street being kids, he yells the N word at them. We don't teach it. So the first time they had to come to me and ask me, Mama, what is that? So now I have to tell my grandbabies and my babies, you can walk 2 houses up. But that's as far as you can go. And I don't know that man. But he flies that flag. And he yells that at those babies. The oldest is 11, the youngest is 6. What did they do to him?
You might want to check your local registry, just saying.
Can I say something really quick that kind of comes off some of the comments that were just made? When you listen to a person, if you're listening to them because you're comfortable, you're not learning. You listen to the people who are giving you the information that makes you uncomfortable, because those are the people who are pushing your boundaries and your ways of thinking. If you're listening to a YT person because they're YT, you're not listening for the right reasons. When a Black person tells you how that flag makes them feel and you feel uncomfortable because you're forced to face their reality, their history with that. And if it's comfortable coming from me, you're not learning. You're just saying, okay, well, this white person is giving me information and I'm going to process it. But you don't have to address the reality that I don't know how that feels. I don't know what it means to have that as a part of my history. And so you can disconnect the facts and the emotions are what make you uncomfortable. And that's exactly what you freaking need.
And the biggest racist comment. Can I say something? I'm gonna say this because I love y'all. I love it over here, Pastor. Let me say this to y'all. I'm 56 years old, and we had to drive. We had to travel. Pastor Petty and his mama could preach this. Mama Dukes could say this and cry, could say this, because I grew up in Montgomery, Alabama, one of the most racist states ever. Never recognized. I was tricked as a child in the 3rd grade to go on a field trip to pick cotton. My parents never knew that. We thought it was fun to do. But the white tea people that run that flag thought it was. Here we got. And you could hear them speaking as if it was funny. Now, I was born in 1966. I saw 2 water faucets. And I also knew that my parents collected green stamps. And they had a passage that my father had to travel on dirt roads. This is not something that I'm making up. This is something that I lived. And to hear that young lady dismiss what Pastor Petty and many of us, Ashy, all of us have went through, even my interracial nieces and nephews. You can't pick who your mama and daddy is. They shouldn't have to choose sides. But in white tea America, it's sad that this woman said that I came over here, spit it in your face, mocked you, pulled every rug that I could pull, and I saw that I couldn't move you. So let me go over here and apologize. Pastor Petty and I could not apologize. Me and Pastor Petty could not say anything. And most non-melanated folks couldn't say anything. You know, that's why I love it over here, y'all. Because y'all have unpacked. Mallory's have unpacked. Everyone in this panel has unpacked. And still at 56, I'm scared for my sons. I'm scared for Pastor Petty. I'm scared for melanated young men and women. Because there are people like that one that was up here that dismissed everything. I'm afraid. And I thank God for y'all. I love it over here. I feel that there are people who y'all have done the work, and don't let nobody tell you you have not unpacked. She said, what is unpacking? Unpacking is unpacking hatred, bigotry, prejudice,
Exactly.
racism. That's what unpacking is, my dear.
Exactly.
You gotta take a course every day. If you 56 years old, from the time you came out your womb, out of your mother's womb, and you my age, and that's all you have thought was divide and conquer, and you believe in it. Do you know that I've seen my friend was in Jet magazine unalive for dating a white tea woman? I moved from the South because I didn't want my sons to get caught up in the court system. Do you see how it's so different for Mallory's raising children and Carmen raising children? Me and Pastor Petty got to choose how we maneuver with our children. Nobody wants to talk about that. So when that woman came up, she dismissed and everybody was in the comments. I knew then it's trigger warnings. It's going to make people upset. Because talking about this is a very uncomfortable state. Can you imagine? I'm in an interracial marriage of 25 years. How folks looked at me. They thought I wanted my husband for money. No, baby, I loved him. He in debt. He got $700. I ain't never met a man with $750,000 in credit card debt, y'all. I said, I got to free this man. He ain't free. But we don't talk about the growth and the progress that happens when people like Mallory and myself and Pastor Petty says, we're not going to look at your color. We see your color, but you got a good soul, Mallory, because you can correct wrong. That is why America is corrupt today, because nobody wants to correct anybody. And I land my plane, because y'all say I'm long-winded. Ain't that
You know
something?
what? It doesn't just happen in the US, it's happening in Canada too. I'm in Canada, and my grandmother, she house cleaned for a white lady, and one day the lady offered my grandmother this cameo set, the necklace and the ring and the earrings, and it was beautiful. And my grandmother's like, I can't take this. She's like, no, Ruby, I want you to have it. I want to gift it to you. So my grandmother got done work and took it to the jewelry store to get it appraised. And she left it there, went and did her errands, went back to the jewelry store to pick it up, and there were police waiting. The jewelry store clerk called the police and said my grandmother stole it. So then they called the woman, and the woman came down, and she was mad. And she's like, you give that back to Ruby right now. I gave that to her as a gift. But the first thing they did was think that she stole it. My mother, when she was a teenager, they had to be off the street by 9 o'clock. They had to be back into the black community by 9 o'clock at night. They were not allowed out. My hometown, we just got a settlement from the government for $2.5 million because of racism, where my mom and them went to school, and it's used to fund a community center for our black neighborhood now. Racism isn't just there. And the best part about it is like you said, educating people. I had a friend who sat with me and said to me, when everything happened with George Floyd, because there wasn't a person in the world that wasn't moved by that. Um, and she said, I understand why the people of color stood around and didn't do anything, because they feared for their life. She's like, but me, as a white privileged person, I would have pushed that cop off, because the most they probably would have done was arrest me. But I would have used my privilege. And it made me look at her differently. She was acknowledging that, yes, she has more privilege, that she could have intervened, and that other people didn't because they were afraid for their lives. The racism and the hatred is so strong, and the only way to get past it is to educate.
Yes. And I want to say I'm 49 years old. I am a product of an interracial relationship with my parents. Um, I had to grow up in middle school where we were supposed to catch a bus. We had to stand across the street till the bus came. This is me and my brother. We couldn't even walk around with my mother because my mother is white without getting looks. And we still get the looks to this day.
I'm going to show you guys something. We have a Canadian, we call her our Canadian Rosa Parks. Her name is Viola Desmond. She went to a movie theater where they had an all white, all black section in Canada. She sat in the white section, which cost a penny more, and she got arrested. She went to court and fought and made a movement, and they actually put her on our $10 bills. Now, it's been acknowledged. Hold on, I'll show you a picture.
Can I say something real quick? Because I'm actually still at work and I've got to hurry and get back to work. I just want to say that was an uneducated apology in my book. Just saying. Also, people in the comments, let's keep it respectful. And if you're going to come in here and be disrespectful, at least you can do is come in here on your real account and say it with your whole damn chest, so we know who we're talking to.
Yeah, shame on whoever's making the fake accounts and coming in here and trying to weaponize race by saying that I'm racist and like all of that stuff. Like, it's weird. We are having a conversation and you're literally disrespecting it by showing that you've learned absolutely nothing.
Exactly. So if you're going to come in here, please come in here on your real account and say it with your whole damn chest. Don't be afraid. We're not going to bite you. I might call you a bitch. I promise you. Well, no, I might not. I'm just going to say I will call you a bitch. Just saying. That's who I am. But come in here and say it with your whole damn chest, because that's just weird. Be respectful to the people in the boxes and be respectful to the people in the comments. Okay? Thank you. And
I can't believe
tattoos, you're still a weak-kneed bitch. Gotta go. Gotta get back to work.
I just can't believe it's 2024 and we're still dealing with this mess. We're still dealing with it.
You know, and
Like
the
I
way
s-
this is can I say something to Mallory? Mallory, you know, you have an assignment, right? And the assignment that you have is not an easy assignment, right? Because you fight for the greater good of so many people. And so many people say choose. But when you're gifted and anointed, like Viola Farver, or the young lady who was arrested in Selma, Alabama, and was incarcerated. And she was actually from Atlanta, Georgia, because they said these Northerners come here. Those are the people that I'm speaking to that are really truly my brothers and sisters. Now, a lot of people melanated folks get mad at me when I say that. I'm not going to disown my inheritance. I'm not going to disown my in-laws. I'm not going to disown my white husband to make you feel comfortable. But I want you to know that I'm an activist, that they've unpacked. They're still doing the work. It's a lot of work. And for that young lady to come up here and to dismiss and be so arrogant, that showed her privilege. And to the people that made the comments to Mallory and to every white tea woman, that it is always going to be the white tea women who I rock with. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because, baby, you ruffle their feathers. They going to lock in on you, baby. They going to lock in so hard on you, honey, that your survival rate is 0.0.111 seconds.
Well, they better lock
You
in
know
real
what?
tight on my ass.
They like Rockwilder and Child mixed in together. That's why I rock with Mallory. And I didn't want folks to know that I rock with Mallory or anybody on over here, because I wanted to see how people really move and really think. And racism is real here in America. Racism is so, people don't understand what classism is. I don't like to debate religion or politics. It's for that very reason. But let me tell you something. If I was born and I still exist, think about this. I'm a nana. I told you I saw 2 water faucets. That means that if your nana is between 50 and 60 years old, they saw 2 water faucets. That means that they saw racism. Ask them, what did they do? See, it's only a few Mallorys, a few Spicies, a few Claudettes. Come on here, somebody. It's only a few of y'all that do the work, that's willing to stand in front and take
Amen.
a bullet.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people will say, I don't need to unpack. How, woman, you my age and you don't know what unpacking is? That means that when you pack something, you got to unpack what you packed.
Amen.
And to say that that Confederate flag is a liberal thing, listen, 4th of July, they hung a man in Tuscaloosa. They were unaliving men for the most. I don't even want to talk about Emmett Till. I don't want to talk about Medgar Evers. I don't want to talk about the men that were unalived at a high rate. At a high rate. And let me tell you something. My son is no longer here, but I thank God for people like Mallory and Spicy that come over here, that are consistent in changing what is going on this app. We joke around and we fiddle-faddle, but that apology was fruitless. There were no fruit there. There was no evidence that they wanted to learn. Listen, however you can figure this out, but I want you to say this. I want you to understand this. When a white tea person cannot be educated by somebody who is melanated telling them that racism exists here in America, and they tell me a lie that I have privilege, they tell you a lie that it's okay here in America in 2024, they are buying up all the shit, y'all. Watch who you have. That young lady that said that, watch who you are in the council of. Because the residue is showing. And y'all gonna stop coming for Mallory. Y'all gonna cut that out.
Hey, Carmen, I just hopped up here to say, you know, when I watched her listening, she wasn't even listening. And it's really disgusting how
she was just sitting there watching the negative comments. She wasn't being educated. And I think that's a lot of problem with people right now is they're not being educated and they choose not to be, and they want to listen to the negativity. So that apology that she came with was totally fake and unacceptable. And that flag should have been removed before she came in to do the apology. And that's all I want to say.
I agree with that. I really wholeheartedly believe with that.
I agree.
I agree.
And a lot of these, newer, these children now are taught racism, which is wrong.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of what you guys are doing here is
Who just
very,
said
very
that? Who
good
just
awareness.
said that? Pastor Patty, who just said that? Who is that young lady that just said that? Who is that?
Me, Corey
They need
Shell.
to be on every milk carton. Say it one more time for the people in the back, because they didn't hear nothing what you just said. Say it one more time.
I simply said a lot of these children growing up are not taught. They are taught racism, and it's ridiculous. It's wrong.
So you believe that it's taught?
I believe that a lot of these parents are teaching these new children because it's not being taught in schools.
Not in 2024. Let's do a skit real quick. Not in 2024.
What happens is they're not.
Everybody has a right. Come on, let's talk about it. Let me and you, we're going to act this out so they can see how evil and wicked they're moving. Go ahead, niece. Go ahead. Now I just made them mad by calling you a niece. You are a white tea woman. I'm a black woman, and I just called you niece. All the racism, all they mad. Now go ahead, baby.
And I say that because my child my daughter dates a black woman, and she gets flack from it, and I don't agree with that. And the reason being is because a lot of these children are taught what to believe and what to think, and they don't. If you ask these children today what the Confederate flag means, they have no idea. They have no idea, which is shameful.
So they're teaching, okay, so somebody said, now, I want you, now come on, y'all up in here, me and Pastor Petty can't do too much talking. I want y'all to elaborate. So here's somebody just said that in 2024, that's not happening here. Racism does not exist. Read the comments.
Racism does exist.
It does, and it's sad, and it's not right.
Melanated
and
people
it's
can't answer that
2024.
My mother is pure white.
2024 is happening.
My mother is pure white. When she was in the hospital just recently, the doctors and nurses looked at my brother like, why are you guys here? With his black wife. I don't want to hear the race. I don't want to hear that racism.
I agree with you, but I want y'all to start some fires. Start some fires, because they love burning crosses. Mama B is saying it starts at home. Does it start at home, y'all?
Yes, it does.
Can I say something really quick to Carmen?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to get up here and just thank you for speaking. Like, there's some things that I learned today that I had no idea about, and I appreciate that.
What was it that you learned, nephew? What did you learn?
Pretty much about like the Confederate flag. Like, I didn't educate myself on it at all. Like, I don't support it. I just knew it was racist. But I like.
How did you know that it was racist?
I just by my generation talking about it and like telling me about it, but I never educated myself on why it's racist.
You just thought black folks was just angry.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
We're just having dialogue, nephew. Yeah. We're just having dialogue because it's you and the Mallorys and the Spiceys and all the non-melanated people that are going to get this movement going. Go ahead.
And so, like, another thing, and I don't mean to bring up, because I knew a lot of people were upset that I was sitting with Megan for a little bit. And it was like, I was trying to explain to everybody before I got kicked out of the box, was like, I was trying to see why are we not educating her, but now it makes pretty much sense, is that even if we try to educate her, she's going to continue to do this behavior.
And why do you think that? What is it that, why do you think that? See, because do you see how I tussle? I tussle like this in real life with my in-laws. So why do you think that?
It's just, I pretty much think that she's ignorant and it's literally racist. Like, she's just racist.
Ignorant. There's a difference between ignorant and know to do right. See, I'm going to challenge you. Ignorant is that you don't know. I believe she knows. Go ahead.
But she just wants to spew hate for no reason. Like, I don't understand that.
That's powerful.
She doesn't want to
Yep.
learn. She doesn't want to recognize that she's a part of the problem because that means admitting she's got a flaw. And right now she wants to go after everybody for their own flaws. And so for her, she would rather pretend that she doesn't see her own problems and judge others for theirs than address the reality of she has something to learn herself.
And I do.
That's powerful.
I don't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt again. The whole Billy Joe thing is like, I kind of, when I was listening to it, I disrespected a lot of people on Pastor Petty. I disrespected Pastor Petty myself. It's not only Pastor Petty that I owe an apology and an amends to. It's everybody in the community, everybody on TikTok that I have hurt. It's not just Pastor Petty. So you coming
Baby
up
Blue,
here,
I gotta ask you a question. Because you know me and Pastor Petty, we ain't gonna let y'all just flip flop over here, like move real
Right.
fast. So
Right.
I'm gonna ask. So you know that it's the Mallorys and the Spiceys and the truth tellers that are the ones that educate. So when I interject, that doesn't mean that I'm being rude. I want to take you down an avenue so you can educate your cousins.
right?
Are you following me? So
Yeah,
here's
I'm
my
following.
thing. What I'm going to ask you is, what did you think about that apology today? With the flag, with the American flag that was behind her. That was an insult too, also.
I think it was very insulting. And like I said, like that was what my point of view was, is that you not only hurt Pastor Petty, but you hurt everybody, and it was just a backhanded apology.
Wait a minute, Annette. He's not making it about himself. He is someone who is willing to say. Y'all didn't hear what he said. He may not have said it the way that I'm saying it. He said, "I want to learn. I want to be I want to be educated. I'm not there, but I want to unpack too. Also, do y'all
And that's what I
what's
was.
happening right now?"
Annette's a troublemaker, by the way, just for Petty's mod. She's blocked from my side. She got blocked in Blue's live last night for saying stuff, so just so you know.
And Carmen, that's what I
You
was
said
saying is like Baby
some things
Blue,
to me.
you know, he's younger, so he's not educated on that. So this was great for him to be
Exactly.
educated and share it with people that are in his age group to let them understand what it actually means. So I think
It's not
So,
that
Baby
we.
Blue, how old are you? May I ask you a question? How old are you?
I'm-
Just you don't give a
I'm 20
direct age, but just give a roundabout.
I'm 27. I can tell you.
Okay, so listen to this. I have a son that is 29 years old. Are
Right.
you listening?
Yes,
So
I'm
my
listening.
content, guess what conversation I had with my son? I
have no
had
idea.
it with all my sons. That my nephew, Alex, who is white, didn't have that. Do you know how disheartening it's going to sound? And I don't want to sound emotional. Going into this interracial relationship, because I didn't think that we were going to get married, because you're talking about this man is privileged and I'm just a black woman. I didn't look at myself down. But I'm thinking,
Right.
like, why would this successful white teen man want a melanated woman with children who had never been married before? And when I hear my husband talk about what was the reasons why he wanted to be with me, it always astonishes me. But let me just say this to you. You know the conversation that I have with my sons? And my husband thought that he could protect our sons from it, because my sons are now his sons. It's wild, y'all. They don't listen to nothing what I say, okay? To them, my baby son Pumpkin just knows that Mr. Bill is his daddy. That's his pops. And he has
Right.
a father, y'all. He got a daddy. But he thought that he was white tea. He thought that he had privilege like his pops. And do you know, I had to literally sit down and tell my son, you don't have privilege like that, baby. He was around this man for years, y'all. And things that my son learned from my husband could get every melanated young man unalive. So I'm grateful that we having this conversation today.
We
And
love
we
you,
need to have it
Carmen.
more. We need to have it more often. I'm sorry, True.
You're
We need
okay.
to.
We love you,
I'm
Carmen.
gonna mute up, y'all. Y'all go ahead. Y'all got this. Y'all got this.
I wanted to
I
speak.
just
I wanted to
Oh,
address.
sorry.
I wanted to address Colleen saying that white privilege doesn't exist, because
white privilege is just not, oh, well, you're white, so you have privileges. It's very complex. So you can go into a grocery store and you can walk down the shampoo aisle, right? And what do you see? The vast majority of products are geared towards white people's hair. It wasn't until just within the last couple of years that they made Band-Aids that were not just geared to represent the skin tone of white people. It also goes so far as, you know, if you have a white son, you don't have to teach your white son that when they get pulled over that they need to keep their hands visible, that they need to tell the officer, okay, I'm going to reach into my glove box and get my registration and my insurance. I'm going to reach for my billfold and I'm going to get my driver's license. So there are many facets to white privilege. It's also, you could have a white person and a black person go to interview for a job. And because of the way that a white person looks, more often than not, that's why they had to make equal opportunity rights. Come on. It's very simple. It's in our history. It absolutely does exist. And for you to get in a chat and say when we're speaking on racism that it doesn't apply to you, you either are ignorant or you don't care to hear and learn.
Can we also say, take a seat and listen and learn if you want to sit here and argue, well, I'm white and I'm not privileged? No, white privilege is to a point. It's not about you're born with the utmost privilege. It's that because of the color of your skin, you are born with more advantages in this world. You are born with more opportunities to access to products like Truth Teller said, to jobs, to just like the ability to live a more comfortable lifestyle because you are white. And you don't have to have the perfect life to be born privileged. We all have struggles. We all have ways where we might feel someone has it better than us, but you literally are born, the second you are born, that skin color is going to inherently give you more capabilities in this world simply because you're white. And that's what white privilege means. And so people need to stop weaponizing the word privilege as well, because nobody is saying that you're born with the perfect life. And because you don't have the utmost privilege in terms of maybe you grow up in a more impoverished area, that doesn't mean that you are not somehow privileged. You still have a better opportunity to pull yourself out of that poverty because you are white.
Can I interject real quick? Truth Teller is absolutely right. Racial.
Bye.
It's very real. Racial profiling is very real. But I just need to make a PSA real quick. Yeller, since you're in here sharing the live, we are asking you to put a shirt on, sir.
If I can just jump in real
But you
quick.
got to put a shirt on. Put that damn shirt
If
on.
I can just jump in
get a
real quick,
box.
I want to. Oh, sorry.
Hold on. I'm about done. Put a shirt on before you get in this box, though, because nobody wants to see that. That's something we don't want to see. And you are a fucking bitch, dude. I will say it where nobody else will. You are a bitch, Yeller. Thank you. Bye.
Can I say something really quick and then I'll drop down?
I'm black. My box is blacked out.
I just wanted to have a conversation about the live, not about issues. It's about the cartel comments that keep coming in. Is that last night I held a live and I said, hey, everybody's going to be respectful. We're not going to cuss in the live. I did invite Cartel up because she had some issues with Mallory about the things that she has said that we have talked about on this live. And I was trying to understand like why she was attacking Mallory so hard. And I understand what she's saying, but it's the fact that she still stands with Megan. And so she continued to be disrespectful and call Mallory all these names like a hoe and a B word in my live. And I kicked her out. And so now I'm getting all these comments saying that I kicked out and I'm being part of the problem because I'm not allowing someone to speak. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yes, it does. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say to anybody who wasn't there last night,
Because I'm going to teach y'all something real quick, Mallory. I'm going to teach y'all something. And I want y'all to listen to me, what's getting ready to happen. And I know everybody's not as strong as Mallory, right? Or Truth Teller or Spicy. But I want y'all to understand what you're doing right now at this very moment. You just said that you want to be a part of ending hate and racism. By you doing that, it's going to be tested. And y'all just made thousands of people angry that believe in white tea power. And we're going to be, me and Pastor Patty, and all of us going to be praying for y'all. Because some of y'all going to get canceled. Some of y'all going to have to rebrand yourself. Because doing this, Pastor Petty and myself, and a lot of my melanated brothers and sisters know, they call y'all the end lover. Not even about that. It's about y'all love for people to be treated right. And that y'all willing to make a change. No matter if it's you being victimized. You're willing to say, I'm going to do what's right. So be mindful and watch and pray. And y'all don't know how much we appreciate this. Because it's y'all that's going to win this war. It's not going to be me, Pastor Petty's, and all my other melanated brothers and sisters and BIPOC community. It's going to be y'all that's got to do this work. And I mute up.
If I could chime in real quick, because I'm at work, got to jump back to the desk. First off, I came in late, so I don't know the whole situation. But first off, I think I could listen to you all day, Miss Carmen. As a 39-year-old white woman, you have educated me more on this live than I've been educated in my 39 years. But what I want to say is, it starts at home. I truly believe what my child sees me do, she does. She's 16 years old. And I truly believe that it starts at home. Teaching your kids that you don't see color. Everybody bleeds the same. And I know, unfortunately, African Americans have to live in fear. And I hate to say that, like when they get pulled over or whatnot. And I don't know how to put this, like, I live where Breonna Taylor, I'm sure all you guys know about Breonna Taylor. I decided as a mother of a Caucasian female to put her in a situation where she felt uncomfortable. And when they were doing the protest, we went down and we stood between the African Americans and the cops because we knew we were not going to be touched. But who we stood in front of had a high possibility of being touched. So I truly believe.
Mama Debbie, let me say this to you, and I'm going to let you go back to it. Some of the things I want you to understand is your verbiage, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Say, Pastor Petty and I are not from Africa, right? We're Americans.
That's correct. That's correct.
Let me finish, Mama. Let me finish. Because I'm going to let you finish, but I want to teach you. Once you teach someone, I educate people on that. So, and the second thing is that you have to see color. You have to, because the grass is green, right? When the flowers bloom in May and June, we see a multicolor of flowers. We are the only race that is disregarded as if we're nothing. And I believe that you have purpose, but you just need a little bit more development in learning because it's hard. Do you know how hard it was for me to help my white tea family members unpack? That was the hardest thing ever. That was the hardest thing ever. And it was a battle. And I couldn't believe that my in-laws thought going to Africa was saving the world, y'all. So I hope that what I just said, that little bit, just helped you to understand the verbiage. Because if I called everybody a motherfucker, and I don't even like using that word. Do y'all know where motherfucker came from? Do y'all know where motherfucker came from? This gonna blow some of y'all minds. Because I know the young folks don't know what it means. Be careful when you call your children that. Because there were actually descendants that look like me that were forced to sleep with their mama. That's history. That is a fact. And I mute up.
Could I just say too, when we and this isn't to Mama Debbie, this is to anybody who believes in the I don't see color argument. When you say you don't see color, you are invalidating somebody's identity in an attempt to equalize society.
Yes.
You're saying, okay, well, I'm just going to pretend this part of you doesn't exist so that we can all cohabitate in peace. And that's why it's such a problem. Like, we need to see color. We need to recognize each other for who we are and not be uncomfortable. When we say we don't see color, all we're doing is we're trying to we do it for it's a selfishness. It's to alleviate the uncomfortableness of the facts that we have to face that have occurred through history.
Damn it, Mallory, that was perfectly said. Damn, that was perfectly said, Mallory.
Thank you.
Damn.
That was beautiful.
So let me
well
ask
said. Mallory,
Miss
2024
Carmen.
for Congress.
Let me ask Miss Carmen and Pastor Petty this, and anybody in the chat. So you're 100% correct when I mention African Americans, but when I was in high school, if I used the word black, I was told I was a racist. So how do you? Because like I said, at 39 years old, even when I get older, we can all still be educated. How do we address it then? I mean, if we see color, like Mallory said, to not take away identity, what's the proper way of mentioning someone's color, whether it's white, whether it's black?
First off, I answer. You got to break yourself away from that white and black thing.
Well, I said I don't typically say white and black. I don't. Go ahead.
That's an American construct that was developed to separate people. And you can just call people Americans when you see him and describe their heritage. It'd be best.
Is it okay if I jump in?
Go ahead. This is a learning moment for all of us.
And that's why I'm here, actually. So I'm Santana. I have my own company, and I actually teach this in one of my courses. If you guys don't mind, we do a white privilege checklist, and it makes a lot of sense, and it really helps people understand. But I also think culture and cultural competence, which is also what I teach, goes into a lot of this because a lot of people do not understand it.
I agree totally. And who was that speaking? Whoever
Santana.
Said that. Santana? Yeah. Okay, so Santana, could you break it down to our cousins what it means to socially say things that are disheartening to people of color?
So the first thing we have to understand is, like I said, the culture and culture competence. Do you know, just asking, do you know what those are? I'm sure you do, because you sound very educated, and I appreciate that.
Yes,
a lot of you do. So
but I want you to educate our cousins. Go ahead.
So the thing is, when you think about culture, and in my class, I make them write down what they think. Culture is shared values, traditions, customs, your history, your folklore, those kind of things. So we're all different because of that. But then there's cultural competence, which is the set of behaviors, your attitudes, political, those kind of things, your systems, programs among the individuals. The thing is if you're okay with the pastor, I'm going to show you this checklist, y'all. I'm more than welcome to look at it. This really opens up my class's eyes, especially because most of my class, I'm going to be honest, is Caucasian, and we'll have one or two that ain't. And it really helps them understand. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but it does make sense. This is the book that I actually give my students. And literally at the top, that's what it says. White privilege checklist.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all got a problem with Mallory because Mallory has unpacked. Mallory is actually free.
Correct.
And that's what I got a problem with that. That's kind of weird to me. And if you don't see a problem with this is what I'm talking about, discrimination. Right? This is what we're talking about when it comes to someone who it's her season. And I'm not going to bring spiritual walk, but we are over here with the church, right? You can't stop greatness. You can't stop what God got. You're not bigger than him.
She unpacked
Please let me finish, please. Because this is something that Mallory needs to hear. Because Mallory is on a consistent basis of being under attack because of who she is. She can't help that Papa God love her. She can't help that she is the apple of his eye. And y'all can't fight it either. Y'all arms are too short to fight with him when it comes to her. It'd be better for you to tie a millstone around your neck and to unalive yourself than to keep your mouth on God's anointing. Do you know that Saul was fired? He was fired from being king. Reigned for 40 years, but Saul was fired the day he disobeyed God. And y'all gonna keep coming after certain people that God has chosen and called, and y'all gonna put yourself in genocide problems. I'm telling y'all, when God has purposed for folk to do stuff, it'd be better for you to step back and say, okay, God, you got this. Because there ain't a lot of Pastor Petties out there. There ain't a lot of Mallorys that are out there. There is not a lot of Spiceys or Truth Tellers or Pam-Pams. That young man that was just up here. That Mama Debbie. There ain't a lot of, it's not a lot. I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. Because a lot of white tea folks don't want to unpack and acknowledge that they are racist. They'll call it bullying. They'll call it harassing. And we're just having dialogue. Just saying, how can we make ourselves a better person? That's it. That's it.
Yes, girl.
Mallory, do you remember the first message I ever sent you? I don't know if you remember that, but I told you something very similar.
You've said so many inspiring things to me. I have to go back and read the very first one.
I even tell Petty all the time how he's anointed. I tell him I even mentioned the Baby Blue. I even told Baby Blue, look, I'm telling you, you have a purpose. I'm telling you. Carmen is anointed. I'm telling you, she can recognize it. I'm telling you, she can see it. Spirit recognizes spirit.
You know, why be rude? Because they don't. I understand. Pastor Petty will tell you. We've been following each other for a while. I used to evangelize y'all, and when you start, I'm a person that questions a lot. You can't just give me something and tell me to eat it. I got to taste it first. So imagine me being under the leadership for 30 years, but then after being under your leadership and I'm your armor bearer and I'm protecting, God's things. I was doing things in ministry that most women don't do. Most women are not over thousands of dollars that come into the church. But God had told my bishop that I was assigned to do it. I buckled at that. I buckled at it because I didn't want that. Because I didn't want to have to deal with the hatred. Now, Pastor Petty and myself, we know about dealing with hatred within itself from your own folk. But imagine we got to fight them and fight y'all too also. That went over some of y'all heads that y'all couldn't comprehend that.
Carmen, can I be honest with you for a minute?
Yes, ma'am.
So I grew up in a home that was definitely a family that was definitely racist.
Ooh, girl, how did you survive? My God.
Well, I do
and
believe
you
it
still
starts.
Here?
Yes, and I do believe that it does start at home as a child because I was taught.
No, it don't.
Well, I was taught that
I'm being a smart aleck. No, it don't. It don't start at home.
Well, I chose not to go down that path because I do not believe
you got a lot of punishment time.
I did, and I got even when I would have friends, it would be a huge thing, but I would fight for it because at the end of the day, we're all human. And
Pastor Petty, they saying that you want your life back. I'm sorry. Are we being out of pocket, Pastor Petty?
I'm rolling my eyes at them. They know that.
Because I don't never want to do that, Pastor. I love you. This is one brother that I love, y'all. I don't have, a lot of brothers that you could say that he loves everybody. And it ain't fake, y'all. It's so refreshing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little bit emotional, but go ahead, hon. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just saying, like, I get it because, like, growing up in a home like that and dealing with things, well, should I say a family like that and dealing with things that you have to because you fight for what's right. But, you know, that's just who I am. That's why I started a nonprofit where I help addicts, homeless, this and that. And, you know, I'm one of those people, I'll die on that cross to fight for what my morals are or what I believe in.
You know
And
how I knew that y'all were beautiful? I just want to say this, and y'all can interject anytime. I love y'all so much. I don't know what it is to be addicted, but to see how y'all love on Lisa. My God, I hope Lisa is listening, because that's all Lisa needs is love.
mm-hmm.
Oh, to hear
every
y'all not
morning and every
one
night.
willing, and I'm not pivoting or derailing, but I want y'all to see that that's how I know y'all got assignments and purpose.
May I speak?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't want to interrupt anyone. Thank you, Pastor Petty, for letting me up in your live. First of all, I want to recognize my privilege before I ever speak. I grew up in a similar home. I am 65 years old. So I've seen that fight from a very young age and grew up with a father who was extraordinarily racist. In fact, when I brought a friend home and that friend left, he smacked me across the face and told me to never do that again. And in that moment, I swore I would never, ever let anyone tell me how to live my life and who I cared for and who I fought for. I have spent 25 years working as a paralegal that does death penalty and murder cases all over the state of North Carolina. I do it because I've watched what happens in the system. And I do it because I believe in what I do. I have watched the videos, the difference. And I do this because I hope somewhere my privilege can make a difference somewhere. And I will always fight for the privilege of others to have the right to be who they are and never want to see that flag flown ever again in my life. Ever.
You know, that was so beautiful, Pastor Petty, is that blessed my soul. I have a food addiction, right? But to see the love that we replenish or put out there for Lisa, and Lisa, I pray to God that you're listening. We don't care because we broken too, baby. We may not admit it, but we broken too. And broken folks just need love, and that's what you need. And it's sad that people was going around here, and I'm not pivoting. I want y'all to understand. Imagine Lisa being melanated and not having anybody to fight for her. That's how it is for me and Pastor.
So bad.
That's how it is for me and Pastor and any melanated individual. Because all they looking at is, what do you think all them entitled privileged people see?
It's just another DAD body.
Come on, y'all. Let's learn together. What do you think it is that the only thing that they see? Put ourselves in every day. I place myself as if I'm Lisa. And you know where I learned that from? A young zigzaggy named Pastor Petty. Deary, you think Mama Dukes didn't do a good job with him? But that doesn't get recognized. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm being a little bit too emotional. I don't know.
No,
For,
you're educating, and I thank you for that.
Yes. And I
Miss
got
Carmen, you don't ever have to apologize. Please don't ever apologize. Being able to be human and be vulnerable and be genuine and honest is something that we love. So
And your story helps, all of our stories help other people also, and you tell it so beautifully. And as far as Lisa goes, that's literally what I do on this app and in my real life is addiction, homelessness, DV, and getting kids into safety. I work with the courts, PD, and I go into the jail and get people out. And I wish that it doesn't matter what state you're in. It doesn't matter if you have insurance. I can get you into treatment. And I just wish that that's something that she would take. I message, but she won't answer.
so.
But you know what? She sees it. She sees it, y'all. She sees it. And you know what the sad thing about it is? Imagine myself. I watch Pastor Petty on here, y'all. I'm gonna clown him for a little bit. Can I do that, y'all? I know y'all don't beat me up, but that's my nephew. Let me tell y'all something. When he would work out, y'all, he used to sweat and struggle, y'all. Y'all didn't know that. Military bound. I used to find it. So he would be working out consistently. That was one of the things I would work out with him. He never even knew that. That was my motivation. And sometimes y'all don't even know, like Mallory, I don't want Mallory to ever be silenced, or Truth Teller to ever be silenced, or Spicy to ever be silenced, based on the fact that that is the truth that needs to be spreaded. Racism is at a rampant. We don't just have a problem with racism. That's one of the biggest top 5, right? But we have food addiction. We have people that are incarcerated at a high number of rate. And we sitting up here playing, faking the funk, and I just came up here to apologize. The arrogance and the entitlement that spoke made some of y'all almost choke. I could see y'all in the comments. Couldn't wait to get up here to tell her up. But did y'all see the gentleness that was in Pastor Patty? How he would let us up. I was like, why he ain't letting us up to get him? But that's what love does. Love covers a multitude of foolishness and sin. And I mute up.
Hey, I just saw people saying, why does Lisa always need to be brought up? And somebody else said she's a token. No, it's because Lisa is welcome in here. And she came in here and people started saying, Lisa's here, Lisa's here, Lisa's here. We know Lisa's here. She is welcome here. Okay, we don't need you to tell us that she is here. We will acknowledge her. We will tell her we are praying for her. We will tell her that we want to see her get better. She is worthy of a life free of addiction and those demons that are dragging her down. And I am not even a religious person. Amen. But you guys want to come in here and say, Lisa's streaming, Lisa's in here. We know, we don't care. She is welcome here.
We love her. And if she needed $20, that ain't shut your mouth up.
She is not a token. She is a human
She's not a token
being.
over here. Some of y'all
She is a mother. She is a daughter. She is a sister.
Let me get these dirty scoundrels. Some of y'all, let me tell you what your dirty scoundrels are rotten to do. With your rotten selves. You're so rotten. High-minded, haughtiness. Y'all sitting up here acting like you ain't never done something that you want to be away from. You ever been with somebody and you want to get away from them and you can't get away from them? It's the same concept. But y'all dirty scoundrels want to talk about what I'd rather for her to be. She can get delivered from that. You can't get delivered from a food addiction, a lying spirit. She can get set free from that. That's tangible. But some of y'all can't even get delivered from lying, stealing, and thieving, and hating. Imagine that. I'd rather take 50,000 Lisas than to take one racist person.
Hey, at least Lisa's honest about everything.
Come on.
She's honest about who she is, who she was, and who she wants to be.
Final round. Last words, everybody.
Just real quick, I just wanted to say this about the addiction because that is what I do, and I'm a recovering addict of 17 years myself. Addiction, if you've never been in it, it's hard to understand, but we do recover. And those that are saying if she gets money, she's going to get hugs. You know what? Do you not know, if you've never been in the life and in the game, you're going to get them regardless. There are other ways. It's just ways that we don't want addicts to take because it's dangerous and it hurts their mental health more. And I'm talking about their bodies. I'm talking about many other things. They will get it either way. And the thing about addiction is you can sit here and the more you down that woman and the more you just beat her down when she's already at rock bottom, she's not going to get help because she doesn't feel like she's worthy enough, when in reality, she's worthy of that and so much more. She just lost her kid. That's tough on her. And as an addict, that makes it worse because the way we coped was with hugs. That's how she copes. She needs loved. She needs people that are going to care because, yes, let's be honest, she screwed her family over many a times, her friends, and she burnt bridges. But that doesn't mean we can't build those bridges back for her and she can gain her life back because we do recover. I see down in the chat, a lot of people are saying, they're in recovery. Guys, the thing is, and I'm very high strong about this because this is what I do. Recovery is not as easy as saying you have to stop and then they stop. It's not that easy. I'm sorry. I wished it was, but there's no pill to cure. You got to realize mental health is big right now, and mental health and addiction go hand in hand. So me personally, I place people in what's called dual diagnosis facilities, because they work on the mental health and then the addiction, because they have to find new coping mechanisms. So guys, please just understand when you see these people on here and they're in active addiction, show them love, send them kind messages, give them options and resources of rehabs or counseling. It doesn't matter. But just because they don't take it doesn't mean that they don't want it. Because I can tell you right now, most people that are on here like that and on the street, because that's where I go into trap houses and stuff, they want it. They're scared on how they're going to live without that substance. So I just wanted to say that because I fight for this every day, and I'm very, very, very strong on mental health and addiction. So guys, just please love these people. They're humans. They're not just some, piece of garbage on the street or in their house or wherever. They're a human being, and they just need help. They need someone that's going to be consistent in their life and in help. So I'm sorry, I just get very passionate about this. But yes, just please show love, guys, because the more you down these people, the less they're going to feel, when in reality you should be telling them they're worthy.
I just wanted to say something. When people were commenting there's no such thing as white privilege, I started to understand it when I was 16. I'm 38 now. And I say start because it took about another decade for me to really understand it. But I went out to lunch with my uncle who is black and my two cousins who are mixed. I had gone to lunch before, not with them. Everything was good. We went out and I didn't understand why the people next to us saw them and immediately locked their car doors. I had to ask my uncle, I'm like, why would they do that? And I asked him to explain it to me. We sat, and I remember that day, May 23rd, 2003. And he explained to me for 5 hours because I wanted to understand why someone would do that. And he was born in 1959. And he sat down and talked with me. And it still took me another decade to really unpack and get it. So there is a thing. Now, white privilege does not mean you do not have hardships. But it means by the color of your skin, people aren't going to immediately judge you. They immediately lock their doors seeing them, but not me. So that's what I wanted to say.
So
100%.
On July 10th, 2015, me and a couple of my other friends, we went and did a march in front of the capital of South Carolina, and we were protesting to have the Confederate flag removed off the front lawn, off the front of the house, I should say, of the Capitol, because it had the American flag, it had the Confederate flag, and it had our state flag. We wanted that shit removed. We wanted it not moved to the back of the building. We didn't want any of that shit. And June, let me see, when was it signed?
So, Spicy, you were in Columbia?
Yes.
Oh, girl, yes.
Well, I don't live there no more.
Yeah.
But It was written into effect that it was to be taken down by Nikki Haley, and it was placed in a it was placed in a museum for flags, and it was given to the South Carolina Confederate Relic Room of Military and Museums. We got that shit taken down. Not everybody that drives downtown Columbia wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see it. I wouldn't even want to wipe my ass with it. So, and I was raised to be that kid that wasn't allowed to have people that were not the same color as me. It did not mean, it didn't, my dad didn't care. It was any color. So I chose not to date the entire time I was in school. Let's see. He found out I had an African American boyfriend at school. One of my sisters seen me, took a picture of it, and sent it home to my dad. I took every fucking lashing I could. I was not giving up my boyfriend for my ass. Hell no, whip my ass. And then we rode the same bus. We got caught kissing on the bus. Didn't make a difference to me. Slapped me across my face. It'll heal. It'll heal. I ain't worried about it. But just know you gonna get charges for child abuse. I mean, it is what it is. I left home at 17. What? Stop. You want me to stop? Anyways, I left home at 17 and we dated for 3 years after that. Daddy said, what? He don't even talk to me no more. And that is why.
I just want to say, I know Petty had said final words, and I know he's got a lot going on, so I did just want to make sure we're kind of wrapping up for him because I want to respect his time too. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but people in the comments are kind of commenting it too, so I know people are wanting that to be addressed.
And I'll say one thing before I get off. Thank you, Carmen, for your words.
Yes. Miss Carmen and Pastor Petty have opened up my mind, and I have learned so much more in these lives than I have ever learned in a history damn book.
And I'll say one thing before I get off because I know Pastor's wanting to wrap it up. If you're in here and you haven't taken the time and you need to unpack, sit down with someone, have a conversation, a real life conversation, because we cannot understand each other until we take the time to get in that uncomfortable place to learn about one another. Thank you, Pastor Petty.
I'm just gonna say thank you both. I appreciate your insight and your knowledge and just opening your platform up to this conversation, because I would hope we've all learned a lot, and no matter where you think you are in your journey, there's always something to learn. So like I said earlier, learn to live in that space of uncomfortableness, because you're not gonna learn if you're not uncomfortable. So stop listening to the people who make you feel comfortable and start listening to the people who make you feel uncomfortable, because those are the ones that are always going to challenge you to consider your viewpoints and how your beliefs, whether you realize it or not, may be impacting others in negative ways.
I ain't got nothing to say, Pastor. I can't hear you.
Okay, I know it was a tough one. It was a tough one. I understand. Just leave them with a good farewell.
Oh, man. Nephew, the work is not finished. The work is not finished. And what's sad is that what I heard today grieved me more than anything. It grieved me. It grieved me to know that people my age and your age, Pastor Betty, you fought for this country. You risked your life. And you just a blatant. I can't, Pastor. I can't talk right now. Because I can't get things in the concept of how our nephews and her sons are looked at. So I need you to do it. I'm just gonna be quiet. I appreciate you, my brother. I love you, nephew.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm gonna lead them with some insight. Before I get up off here. Lead them with insight. Let's see. I don't like teaching nothing. I like teaching my kids stuff, but I think y'all should read because I read too much, right? This book was given to me by a woman who I thought she was of European descent. She was my therapist. She was Hispanic descent and baffled me within. She's a professor also at Berkeley University. She runs a program for her students that has to do with the fundamentals. As a professor, she runs a program. Her class is teaching other people of European descent or of any descent about the blatant. Man, I really didn't think this was supposed to happen over here. I thought y'all was going to do this somewhere else. God just lines things up, I guess. But this program she teaches, Dr. Joy. Dr. Joy, you can find Dr. Joy actually on TikTok. Crazy thing is, Dr. Joy is on TikTok. She's a social worker. The professor, Miss Zimmerman, was my therapist out in Cali. She runs Berkeley University is where she teaches her class. But this book is what she gives to her students. But I believe he's like 13 or 10 or something. I unpacked with this book. It's more so, even though it says post-traumatic slave syndrome, it's more so for people of European descent to understand. If you don't want to talk to anybody that wears different pigmentations, I definitely tell you to get that book so you can understand the blatant things that happen. There's a story in there that Dr. Joy goes over where her and her sister is European passing. She's not. The clerk teller is ringing her sister up, talking to her very lovely. And when it's her turn to check out, the clerk teller who's checking them out is very rude to Dr. Joy. And her sister comes back in and checks in and lets the clerk know that that's her sister. You should treat her the same way that you treated me just a second ago as I was checking out. So I definitely say get this book if you do not want to talk to anybody. And the book that KT had as well is another good read. I read that one as well. You should read these books if you don't want to talk to anybody. My first order of business is saying, hey, we're all human. Let's treat each other better. Let's be more kind to each other. This conversation can happen more, but it needs to be open range to more ears. I really didn't think it was going to be me with this conversation. And I guess since it's free, white fragility. Yeah, white fragility that's a good one. That's a good one. Shoot, you wanna, shoot. When y'all be calling, shoot. Woo! You talking about folks, boy, you read one of them too about folks that be hanging out. Like I can't tell my kids to go hang out nowhere. I'm scared somebody might call the police on them. They hanging out with park without me and stuff. These things you have no idea. It is things you have no idea why we operate the way. I cannot, when I was little, I was told not to go to the police if I get lost. I understand you done told your kids, go to the police if you get lost. No. That was white fragility and white supremacy, and also post-traumatic slave syndrome is another good one for everybody to read, no matter what race or religion you are. There's things that we can't do if you want some understanding. My minute note goes to say that we can have this conversation more often. It is what it is. I didn't think this was the platform. I didn't think this was the place. But you have shown me otherwise. You have shown me on my second minute note that we have, and it's just not me. We have built something that is real to you, real to me, and the building foundation of the whole thing is that it has nothing to do with money. It's a lot of people that come here to listen for entertainment, but they also feel the love. They also feel part of something that no matter how petty I get, you can see individuals' hearts. This is our church. It is a church. You don't have to go to the building to be in church. And I have to accept the thing and tell you the thing that's absolutely true, because this is a free place and a place that doesn't require money. We have all built something that you can rely on, that you are counting on every person that indulges in this to be able to have a voice, to be able to speak their mind. Someone asked if British people can have a voice. Yes, you can. There's never a problem with anybody, nor race, religion, or anything here. I think that's what separates us from everybody else. Lastly, y'all touched me and I've been touched, and I guess Lisa. The other day, Lisa, these are my kind words to you, and you always need it, and you know I always do it for you. The other day, Lisa, I was scrolling on my For You page. I believe it was like 8 o'clock at night. Or it was this morning, I can't remember. And Tech had a video that it made a tear come out my eye. And I didn't know that I didn't know I had so much love for all of y'all, that if this video was one of y'all, I would definitely tear up, because I respect all of y'all. I really respect y'all on a whole different level. The respect that you don't get, that you should get from the people that's currently beside you, the people that are in your life, your children, your family members. I really respect you. I really respect you, like a lot. And I saw this video, and it means I have a lot of respect for Lisa, because man, did that messed me up. And it was to the point that, Lisa, I was like in the mindset of, man, if that was my mom, there are a whole, I would be pulling you. I'm sorry. We wouldn't be on the phone together. I wouldn't be on your live. If I was your son, let me just tell you from this perspective, if I was your son, every day, I would be on your case, telling you how much I love you, telling you that you don't need to do that, telling you I love you, I want you here, Mom. I need you here. Let's go. I would be bringing folks around to try to make it happen. And I know everybody don't have the means. I know everybody don't have the way. I don't have no money, Lisa, to give or donate or nothing. All I have is kind words, and understand that people look at you as if you are their sister. They look at you as if they're your brother, as if you are their mother, that you are their auntie, and they are struggling every day as they look at content on you, and all they want to do, like the rest of us, is love you and get you the help that you need. That video tore me up, and all I want, and I can't force you, because I ain't in your area. I can't pull you. I want to pull you so bad. I want to grab you by the arm and pull you along. I can't pull you. I can't force you. I can't shame you. All I can do is love you and hope that you have another day. Every day, pray for you. All I can do is hope you have another day, that people stop being so vile, disgusting, making jokes about you. Because end of the day, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing when you get online. And if they can't figure that out and don't have enough common sense, that's on them, and that's not my fault that they can't figure it out. But I know what you're doing. And it ain't my job to shame you while you're doing that. All I can do is hope that the part of you that's still there, not the part of you that's playing in these folks' face, but there's a part of you that is a mother, that is wisdom, that has children, that has birth children, love them, hug them. You let them stay in your womb. Understand that. Every single one of them babies you let in your womb, you held them, you cherished them, you fed them when nobody else was feeding them, you did what you had to do for them when nobody else was doing for them. There's a part of you that's a mom that's still in there. And that part of you still wants you to be there for your babies and do the right thing to make sure your baby ain't in the system, that he right there back telling you that you shouldn't be doing that no more and that you don't need to do that. You don't need to be there no more. You're loved. You're loved, Lisa. I don't have anything bad to say to you. Y'all have a wonderful day. All right, common cousins, congregation, minions, family. I guess we are. I guess we family now. We done shared and educated so much. It is what it is. Whatever I was supposed to play today, I'll wait till tomorrow. All right. Whatever recordings I was supposed to play, we'll wait till tomorrow. All right. I see y'all. I see y'all hearts, not the emoji hearts, but right here. And y'all real. The energy is real that's in here. And it ain't no way that anybody can say we do anything. End on a high note, I saw you. I saw you. End on a high note. You're right. I end it with my favorite song. Because y'all do need to go make dinner. Y'all do need to go make dinner. So on a high note, you need to go make dinner. You don't need to be here. You need to prepare dinner. And you need to
beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, log, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, log, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans.
Last. I guess we is. Y'all done shown me otherwise. Just don't do nothing disrespectful to make me call you out. All right? Please, mind your P's and Q's. Please, mind your P's and Q's. I'll check it after this song. What? Is that my girl? Oh. Check. Mind your P's and Q's. I don't want to call none of y'all out, but you know I will. You know I'm a telltale. Shoot, I'll tell them. I'll tell. Don't do nothing to get yourself in trouble. These folks sure will make me tell. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. It might have took a left, but it was a good left. It was stuff that you needed to hear. It is what it is. It is what it is. Gary let it happen. Bye.